Hi guys, and welcome back to another DrAce video, and today we're going to be playing Ride 4. And today we're going to be using the MV Agusta F3 800 right here in helmet cam. Now let me tell you, this is the actual helmet cam, the gameplay with the helmet cam, not the clickbait replay mode where you're using that specific helmet cam. I will not be doing that on my channel. I'll give you the proper helmet cam with the gameplay right here in Road America. So upon acquiring a Ryzen 9 5950X and combining it with my RTX 2080 Super, we do have native 4K gameplay on Ride 4. Now I did have a few problems with thermal throttling, but I've tweaked my fan settings and a few other things, and now Ride 4 runs perfectly. I think we had a bit of thermal throttling because my CPU was running very hot, but that is the thing of the past, and we can now play Ride 4 in native 4K without the frame drops that I was getting. And I've got to tell you, I am very happy about that, because I was a bit concerned that maybe the 2080 Super and the Ryzen 9 5950X couldn't run Ride 4 in 4K, but that is completely false. That is not the issue at all. We have now sorted it, and I got to tell you, the gameplay felt amazing. The other riders genuinely looked real. It was so impressive. Now I know a lot of attention has been brought to those clickbait titles where it's all the helmet cam, but from the replay perspective that gives you that sort of GoPro feel. I know that's very popular, but for me, I just always hated the way it looks, because I know for a fact the rider who've done the video is probably pretty bad at the game with all the assists on, and it just masks that completely. Me, on the other hand, I wanted to show you raw footage, so this is literally raw right now. I'm aboard the MV Agusta F3 800, right here in the Road America, in helmet cam. I'm going to play around with AI a little bit. I'm not going to try and just blast to the front and start chucking out the fast lap times. I'm still going to have a bit of fun with it, and I got to tell you, I did find a few difficulties getting used to the helmet cam once again. Of course, it's not as easy as the third-person perspective, so there was a few parts where I thought I really lost time there, but rest assured, I'm just taking my time until we can wait for the opportunity to arise where I can really go for the move. So we have Dian Binti Che ahead of us, the Malaysian. I'm going to pop out the slipstream any moment now. I'm actually not going full acceleration there. You'll be able to see on the bottom right corner of your screen, sort of like a 80-85% press on the right trigger. I tend to find that for some reason in Ride 4 the AI just doesn't put the full acceleration down, so I try and do the same when racing against the AI. If I was racing online, it'd be a different story, rest assured. But we are using 0 electronics for this one, so TCS 0, anti-wheelie 0, and 2 on the engine braking. But we do have Bradley Hooper ahead of us, 1.3 seconds. He's certainly not too far away, but we probably better start moving a little bit. We are still 1.1, 1.2. It's going to hang around there until we get onto the braking zone for this very difficult left-hander, as we now go very firm on the brakes. Not exactly where I would have wanted to be. I think we could have gone later on the brakes there, but we now bring on the acceleration and have a little bit of a wheelie on the approach to the Corvette corner. So now into the left-hand side, keeping it nice and tight to the apex for turn 6. We'll slowly bring on the power. Now I am using a soft front and a soft rear for this particular video. Thought that'd be a good combination for the Road America circuit, and of course this being the full length circuit rather than the little kink, which I kind of prefer. I do like that sort of little braking zone within the middle after the carousel, but it is what it is. This is the track the video game gave me as part of this career objective. So of course, if you are enjoying the content so far, then I would implore you to hit the like button and also consider subscribing as well, because I have a lot of content for Ride 4, MotoGP, the new Montana Supercross, and just generally a lot of bike content still yet to come. So if you can hit that button, I'd be very grateful. But back to it, we are still on the charge to Bradley Hooper, 1.2 seconds. It still remains the same as Dian Binti Che. He's in third position, 0.8 of a second behind us, currently as things stand. So as I mentioned earlier, I hope you're watching this in 4K, because that was the main purpose of me recording this particular gameplay, so you can watch it in 4K. But if you are taking advantage of it, then definitely do so from now on, because the rest of my videos will be natively in 4K from this point onwards, and actually from the point last week when the Hot Wheels video came out. That's when pretty much the 4K native content is arriving and will be from now on. Actually, I tell a small lie, the recent MotoGP 21 videos were upscaled because I originally recorded them quite a while ago in QHD. But rest assured, the next MotoGP series that is coming up very soon will be in native 4K. But back to the action, which is unfolding ahead of us. We go into the second corner and now into the third corner, bringing on a little bit of pressure to the American ahead of us. We'll slowly bring on the power now and feeling better with this MV Agusta and within Helmet Cam. There's a slight change you've got to get used to. That's where not actually going full acceleration here. I could definitely get past him on board the MV Agusta Super Veloce, but I'm going to hit the brakes quite gently and just keep an eye on Bradley Hooper for now. We're just going to watch him because, well, to be honest with you, I really like following him because the graphics from the other riders looks amazing, and the graphics in general just really looks so much better like this. I could go on my own and just start racing by myself, but I don't think that's as interesting as chasing someone down. Whether or not I'm actually taking it a little bit easier, it's still more entertaining to chase someone down rather than just to blast past and win by like 20 seconds. So going into the carousel, I probably fancy a move sooner or later though. I can't resist too long. I do fancy a move up on the inside of the American. It's just when and where are we going to strike? Onto the right hand side, getting a little bit out of shape there. Oh, as the bike starts to wobble a little bit. I didn't want to go onto the run bus up on the left hand side, so I sort of just positioned the analog stick in a way that wouldn't put me on there, but it did have a little bit of a wobble as we now bring on the acceleration, bring on the power right in the rear of the MV Agusta Super Veloce. Do we go for the lunge here? It's going to be a late move. It's not going to happen. The man with the Revit leathers is just holding on just a little bit longer than I would have expected, so good job to Bradley Hooper for defending against DrAce. But now on the left hand side for turn 13, we could have the change of direction here, and I can definitely get him onto the rise going into turn 1, but I don't know if I want to or not. It seems like a too easily calculated move, like almost choreographed, so I'm not going to bother. I'm going to just reduce acceleration, get alongside him, and we'll take it from there. Penultimate lap is now. We were 1 second slower than the previous lap, because so it shows how much we were sort of taking it easy behind Bradley Hooper. But we can't take it too easy because you never know if Dian Binti Che is going to throw in a bit of a resurgence and try and beat us towards the end of the race. So now bringing on the power, we could go for it here in the third corner, but not quite yet. Still waiting for the moment. I do think that Mr. Hooper ahead of us is probably slowing down a little bit. Maybe he's beginning to struggle. As look at the power difference. I'm a halfway acceleration, and he's still not quick enough to keep me at bay. Let's go for a lunge. Let's have a look. Let's go for it. Ooh, he actually outbraked me there. He did a really good job. I was going to get very close to the rear of Bradley Hooper. He runs it a little bit deep. We're going to get closer and closer to the back of the American ahead of us as we now go into the Corvette corner. Down by 0.3 of a second to the previous lap. Dian Binti Che's gap is now only 4.5 of a second. The man on board the Super Veloce is struggling. He is losing too much time. We might have to go for the lunge here. We can go for it here in turn 8. I have the confidence. I just don't know whether I want to go for the lunge already. Maybe I want to let this race just pile up a little bit more. That could be a little bit more entertaining if we do that, rather than just going straight on through. But now into the carousel for turn 9, holding a nice smooth amount of acceleration, keeping it nice and tight to the apex, just getting a little bit slippy upon the exit, but now bringing on the acceleration, bringing on the power. We'll then try and go around the outside of the man on board the Super Veloce. And credit where credit is due to Bradley Hooper. The American still hanging in there in first position, but the man in third place, the Malaysian, he's coming. I'm going to have to make the move. Excuse me, sunshine, but now it's over. Let me make the move. You can see him there in the background of the wing mirror. That's a nice little feature to see. I'm glad I kept the wing mirrors on now. But we've now got the lead. Do we start chucking in those fast lap times as Bradley Hooper's in second place, 0.2 of a second behind us, or actually 0.3 of a second. Oh, has something happened? I think I heard something, and he's no longer in the top 3. Did something happen to Dian Binti Che as well? Jet Glenn, second position. Phoenix Trujillo, we've seen many battles with the American in third position. So we now have the lead and a whole second quicker, but I kind of miss fighting with the other guys. I might just slow things down. Actually, what on earth has happened? Bradley Hooper's in 8th place and Dian Binti Che's in 10th. So they can't catch up for another fight, can they? Let's let these guys through. At least Jet Glenn and Phoenix Trujillo, and let's have a bit of a battle towards the end. I do fancy like a last corner move or just before a last corner. I'd rather do that rather than just win the race by like a second or two. So let's see what we can do. Rhyming accidentally almost there as we now bring on the power, bring on the acceleration around the outside of Jet Glenn, as the American is going to have to deal and contend with the British rider in second place. Do we go for the lunge here into the 6th corner, excuse me, 5th corner I do believe it is. So we now go on the left hand side. It is the 5th corner as we now bring it in nice and tight. Do we go for a lunge up here into the Corvette corner? That is a brave and bold move, which is not going to happen as I got really close to the rear tyre of another Super Veloce, probably one of my favourite bikes within Ride 4. I love that bike. But here we go then, bringing on the power. I do fancy a lunge going into here. I fainted so many times with, oh, can we get me the, oh, we've done it. That is beautiful. I fainted it so many times with Bradley Hooper that I couldn't resist any longer. We have the lead. 0.4 of a second is the gap, as the most cleanest move in helmet cam you ever did see, as we now go on the right hand side for the carousel. Do we absolutely go for it now? Do we give him a little bit of a chance to fight back? The rear tyre's down to 4%. The front tyre's on 8%, so we're still holding on pretty nicely, but I just fancy going for it now. Full on acceleration to the finish. Let's see if we can get that lead up to a second. That would be pretty nice if we get the job done. But on the brakes, we'll go for the right-hander, quite firm as we go, keeping it nice and tight for the Canada corner. Up by half a second. This one is well and truly decided. I don't know what happened to Bradley Hooper and to Diane Binti-Che, but clearly a bit of infighting has cost him this Grand Prix. But nonetheless, I guess that doesn't really matter anymore, because we are going to be victorious. Half a second lead is for man on your screens right now. Bring on the acceleration, bring on the power, get across the line, and we're going to take another victory within Ride 4, but this time from Helmet Cam. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, let me know in the comment section down below. Hit the like button and hit subscribe if you really enjoyed it. And I guess I will see you in the next DrAce video. So thanks for watching, guys, and ciao for now. Oh hi, didn't quite see you there. Good to see you're still here. If this video didn't quite sate your appetite, then why not watch some more DrAce content by clicking the video shown on screen now. Furthermore, if you would like to follow me on social media, you can do so now with the links down in the description. Consider subscribing so you don't miss a single DrAce video.